Hello, my name is Amanda Sanchez, and I'm going to be discussing sexual assault, particularly against women and lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender individuals, otherwise known as LGBT individuals. So, what is sexual assault? According to Joskowski, sexual assault is non-consensual sexual activity obtained through force, threat, verbal coercion, or intoxication. Sexual assault is a prevalent and heinous social problem, and women and LGBT people experience sexual assault at higher rates than any other demographic. As you can see from this table, created by the Institute for Women's Policy Research, men, regardless of their sexual orientation, experience significantly lower rates of sexual assault, particularly when it comes to rape. On the other hand, bisexual women, for example, experience rape and other forms of sexual violence at the highest rate. As previously mentioned, sexual assault is a very serious and rampant issue here in the United States. Joskowski reports that approximately 15 to 25% of women in the U.S. have been sexually assaulted. Even here in Laredo, Texas, sexual assault is a widespread problem. It's one of our city's 7 common major crimes, and I personally know many people in Laredo who have experienced a form of sexual assault at least once in their lives. Furthermore, it's important to mention how sexual assault affects its victims, especially their mental health. According to Watkins, victims of sexual assault are unfortunately more likely to develop mental disorders like mania, major depression, alcohol or drug addiction, phobia, panic disorder, antisocial personality, obsessive compulsive disorder, and schizophrenia. It's also very important to know what contributes to the prevalence of sexual assault in the U.S. Misogyny, drug and alcohol use, and a lack of proper sex education in American public schools all play key roles in the pervasiveness of sexual assault. First, misogynistic ideals and gender inequality are firmly linked to sexual assault. The United Nations declared that violence is a key means through which men can maintain control of women and their agency and sexuality, and Kazani confirms that rape is a direct expression of men's power over women. Furthermore, Yodanis' 2004 cross-national study found that countries in which women hold higher statuses experience lower levels of sexual assault, while levels of sexual assault were higher in countries with lower levels of gender equality. Another contributor of sexual assault is drug and alcohol use. Many sexual assault cases are facilitated by drugs and alcohol because drugs and alcohol impair sexual assault victims, preventing them from resisting and sometimes even rendering them unconscious. Alcohol is most used in sexual assault. As a matter of fact, French, Bainon, and Delaforce found that 81% of reported sexual assault cases involve alcohol. Lastly, a lack of sex education in public schools is also conducive to the incidence of sexual assault because American youth are not adequately taught the importance of communication and establishing consent, and are therefore not engaging in ethical and healthy sexual relationships. Moreover, Lansford warns that when teens are not educated about sex at school, they seek sexual education in pornography, which is quite damaging as porn often perpetuates negative stereotypes that promote rape culture. Finally, it's time to discuss some possible solutions to sexual assault. First, while there are currently countless sexual assault education programs being implemented in American colleges and universities, Anderson and Whiston found that they only yield short-term results. Therefore, according to the research conducted by Anderson and Whiston, these education programs need to make a few changes in order to improve their efficiency. First, the programs need to be longer in length. For example, a semester-long course on sexual assault rather than a one-time, 1 hour long presentation. Second, the program should focus on one specific topic. And third, the programs must begin emphasizing the roles of drugs and alcohol on sexual assault. The second solution to the issue of sexual assault is much more preventative, and it is implementing mandatory sex education programs in public schools. According to Lanford, it would prove beneficial to educate teens about consent and other important aspects of a healthy sexual relationship, as well as inform them of the laws related to sexual assault, as this will help in deterring the instance of sexual assault. In order to ensure that teens become adults who engage in healthy sexual relationships, society must become more open to talking about sex and sexuality, which leads me to the final possible solution, which is breaking the taboo of sexual assault. Victims of sexual assault often don't disclose their sexual assault, and many sexual assault crimes go unreported to the authorities. Women and LGBT individuals feel that they cannot reveal or report their sexual assault experiences because they fear reproach from their loved ones and society, and they may even be enduring feelings like shame or guilt. In conclusion, sexual assault has affected and hurt countless women, men, and families, not just nationwide, but locally as well. Implementing these changes and applying the aforementioned solutions secures a future in which the horror of sexual assault is not only decreased, but completely eradicated in the United States. Here you will find the references mentioned in this presentation. Thank you very much.